Hi, you guys. I'm back. Alright, let's see. The two boys led me back to the dining room, where the smell of bacon and eggs danced in the air. Love that smell. Maybe some pancakes and waffles, or some toast with some jam or something. Yeah. Okay. The smell wafted from the kitchen and made its way into the room, making my stomach growl in need. Breakfast smells good.
We should be done with breakfast soon. If you want to sit down at the table, you can.
Sounds good to me. I nodded before sitting down. As I sat down, however, my mind drifted back to the dream I had. That feeling of hostility around me made my body shudder instinctively, even though I knew it wasn't real. However, as my eyes closed, I felt a hand place itself on top of my head, breaking me out of my thoughts. Huh?
Morning. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sam, the owner of the hand on my head, raised an eyebrow at me before rustling my hair and moving away to sit down at the table. He then barked towards the kitchen, where James was working. That was kind of nice and, sweet of him, kind of. That's weird, okay.
Hey! Is the food done yet? I'm starving!
Never mind. I thought it was nice, and now doesn't seem as nice.
There's no need to yell, Sam!
You're yelling too!
Don't argue with me!
From behind me, Eric appeared and sat beside me, rubbing his temples in obvious annoyance.
Can we not yell this early in the morning? It's not like we're in the castle.
This is a good point. Oh, wait, castle? For some reason, when I heard the word castle, I couldn't help but yell in surprise. These guys had a castle? Sam looked at me and smirked at my reaction.
Yeah, we have a castle back home. Our dining room's 10 times bigger than this room.
Well, excuse me, I happen to think this is quite a large estate. So, F you?
And wouldn't it be logical to not yell?
Whatever.
That's kind of a good point. Thanks, Eric. Soon, James and Damien appeared, hands full of plates that carried bacon, eggs, toast, and waffles. Oh my gosh, they had pretty much everything I just asked for. I'm okay with James and Damien right now. They my booze. They placed the plates down by each seat before seating themselves.
My favorite.
Finally.
Thank you for the breakfast. It looks amazing.
It's our pleasure.
Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, my phone began to ring. It's really hard for me to read while listening to this because it's in English, so I can understand since I can understand what they're saying, I almost want to, I don't know, I get confused with what I'm saying. Okay, so all of a sudden, my phone began to ring, ushering me to pull it from my pocket and answer. Hello?
Hey, good morning!
Oh, it's Naomi. Okay, that's cool. I misheard Suzu.
Guess who's at your door right now?
Oh, okay, well, I was not expecting you guys to just show up. You should have told me beforehand. But okay. Right on cue, there was a knock from the lobby door. My heart stopped. Suzu and Naomi were here.
I'll get it.
Oh dear. I don't know how I'm gonna explain to my friends that I got 5 demon boys living with me. It just seems a little crazy to me. My heart quickly began to pound in my chest. Matthew was in the lobby, and he'd get to the door first. I instantly jumped out of my chair and rushed out of the dining room. As I passed through the archway between the dining room and the lobby, I saw Matthew reach his hand for the brass door handle, causing the world to go into slow motion. Matthew, don't! But before my words could reach his ears, Matthew had opened the door and revealed the surprised faces of Naomi and Suzu. Yeah. The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely stared back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
Hi?
I could not believe this was happening. How was I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's at the door, Matthew? Oh.
Oh, what was that? Oh, because they're girls. Soon the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. The situation was not getting pretty. I had to think fast. Let's see, they're visitors, they're my brothers, it doesn't make no sense. They're in your head, this also doesn't make sense. So let's just be smart. They're visitors.
Then why did one of them open the door?
Sometimes you have your visitors open the door while you're doing something. Just relax, kiddo.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I felt the tension in my body almost fade away. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me. See, that's why I like James. James is the type to just, take care of things and handle things. And, I'm okay with that. For him to just be like, let me just step in here and let you guys know what's going on.
We must apologize, ladies. We know the situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he going to tell them who they were? Everything seemed surreal. I don't know how this is going to go. This is going to be quite interesting. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room along with Susan and Naomi and sat across from their confused faces. As Naomi and Susan sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guests. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Matthew's plate was not untouched. He was all going at it, him and Sam. So, maybe, I don't know.
Whoa, this looks amazing! Thank you!
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meals.
Make sure you dig in!
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Suzu ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, gently James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. I'm okay with that. I'll just eat. You get it. You handle it, Big Daddy over there. I'm so silly. I'm sorry. Okay. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but
Very
since
smart.
he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
I like that. It works. I mean, the fact that you're all guys still is a little weird. So, that's going to be weird for people, but I like it. Like 5 butlers, pretty much. It's nice.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
Mm-hmm.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Oh my gosh, Suzu, please, can you not?
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Yeah, something like that.
We're sorry if we made this situation awkward earlier.
We're very sure that Miss Anderson is also still getting used to having us as her servants. It would be very hard to explain after just a day.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill. Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff. Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
Pink Lady Cafe, that sounds great.
There's an arcade?
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Okay.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
Ugh. The only thing that I like about this is the fact that, like, if this was real or something, the fact that all these guys would be preparing the party, and then all I have to do is show up and eat delicious food. I'd have to, like, mingle with people I don't know, so that would be kind of annoying. But otherwise, eat some delicious food. Too bad she's not old enough. She could drink, but she's in high school still. And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
Sure. Come on
I
along.
thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
This housewarming thing is more important.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Ooh.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. Shoot. If I go out with Suzu and Naomi today, I don't know how the house will be decorated. So we'll just do this now. We can always go hang out with them some other time, but right now we need to make sure this house is okay for this dang party.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it is my housewarming party. I should help out too.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we got it all taken care of. Thanks though, girls. Oh, I didn't realize that if I did this, they wouldn't be joining us. I would be okay with them joining us.
All right, we'll head on out then so we're not in the way.
Aw, but I kind of want to hang out with them. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming party tonight.
Okay, well then at least they'll be here at the party tonight, so that's okay. Thank you. I led them back into the lobby and walked them to the doors, opening for them with a thankful smile. They both gave me hugs before walking out to Naomi's car, which was parked in the driveway. And with that, they left. I was happy that they wanted to help, but I had to do this on my own. It was not their work, so I didn't want to force it on them just because they were my best friends. We had the entire day to work. The party was tonight, and we had to do all we could to make everything right. We sat down and talked about what needed to happen before the party started that night. Each guy had been assigned a different part of the party to do, and right after lunch we began to work. Since everything was taken care of by at least one incubus, James told me I could assist one of them. The question was who? Oh, maybe this would work out. Okay, maybe this is it. So I just choose who I want to assist. Maybe then that way I can choose who I can be with in the end. Matthew with the cooking, Sam with the front yard, James with the garden, Damien with the lobby, Eric with the dining room. Who do I want? Do I want Damien or do I want James? I mean, if I'm truthful with myself, I want James. I mean, the other guys are okay. Maybe some other time I'll play with them, but, you know, I'm all about James, so we'll go with him. James and I headed out to the garden. It had been years since I had been in the small field. The gazebo was smaller than I remembered, but gazebo was smaller than I remembered, but I had grown since I had last seen it. That would have been interesting if the gazebo had grown since she'd last seen it. That wouldn't make any sense. James rolled up his sleeves and took in a breath of air before sighing contentedly.
So, we need to cater to the plants and make sure there are no muddy spots in the grass. It may take a while. Are you sure you wish to help me and not the others?
I shook my head, rolling up my sleeves as well. I could handle it. I'd rather work outside anyway. James nodded with a smile before handing me a watering can, gesturing to a group of flowers by the side of the yard. I walked over and began to water the flowers. However, as silence took control of the air, I felt the need to start a conversation. Don't say anything or ask him a question. This is like one of those things where you have to know his personality. Because I could ask him a question and he'd be like, I just want to focus on the flowers. Or I could not say anything and he'd be like, why isn't she trying to get to know me better? He seemed to like talk quite a bit usually, so maybe I'll ask him a question. So, do you like flowers? I wanted to smack myself. That was a terrible conversation starter. I mentally smacked myself before hearing James chuckle softly. I turned to look at him as he nodded.
They have a wonderful aesthetic. Many people would think that flowers are simple and rather boring, but I've learned secrets about flowers.
Secrets about flowers? What, like a special way to water them or something?
You could say that. There are right and wrong ways to water flowers.
Okay. Can you show me? What? James gave a small smirk before walking over and standing behind me. I instantly blushed as he brought his arms underneath mine, guiding my watering can. Okay, James, I see. The water gently poured over the dirt, sinking into it and dissolving into the roots. However, my concentration on the water was broken by the sound of James's voice in my ear.
Flowers need to be cared for gently, like a fragile light. Too much power and they'll break, but too little and they'll wither and fade away. It's like caring for a pet or a loved one.
I got you, James. You can go ahead and care for me. I'm good with that. A loved one. For some reason, those three words echoed in my head. James continued to guide my watering can, using gentle hands to lead my arms and my body. It was almost like a dance. Eventually, he let go and stepped away from me. I turned to him as he simply smiled at me before returning to his work. I felt my face with my hand, feeling the extreme warmth before shaking my head and continuing to water the remaining plants. The hour of the house party had arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of the Anderson Company to show me off. I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. It was a chance for me to see my parents, it's a chance for my parents to see me as a woman. I think that's what they're trying to say. It was my test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubi to thank, but even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Well, I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
All right. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi's and Suzu's faces turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. What?
Dude, you look hot.
Why, thank you. That does look like quite sexy dress on her. That black and red look. That's very sexy. I think if I were to be one of these three, I would probably be Naomi with the pink cutesy kind of look rather than a sexy look. Or not really the tomboyish look so much.
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I've had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. I figured I might as well bring it out now. Ooh, and they look quite dashing. I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants. Yeah, for me, like in the States, if you have a housewarming party, you don't get all dressed up like this. It's not like
Whoa!
You know?
They really know how to dress well, don't they?
They sure do. But yeah, it's usually just like, you can have a housewarming party and just wear like regular clothes. Maybe you might wear like a cute dress or something, but for the most part, it's not like it's not like this. It's not a big fancy ordeal. It's just like, hey, having a housewarming party, come on over, here's some food and hang out. Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman. Even Sam. Okay, I see how they have different colors going on, and I think that maybe when the little... Sorry, I don't mean to do that. When the little symbol pops up, I think it's in a different color, so I think it like symbolizes like if I'm winning over a certain guy or not. But he doesn't have a color on, so maybe he's just white or something? I don't know. Did I read that? Something about even Sam, so I think I did. Okay. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. I felt my face slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down that final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Okay, Mr. James. Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
I suppose so. To be honest, no. As ready as I'll ever be, yes, I'm ready. Let's be confident. I had to be confident in my skills. My dad expected a lot out of me already. If I faltered at this party, who knows what he would think of me? I had to assure myself in every word that came out of my mouth that I was ready. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time, almost right on cue. The doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. Yeah, these parents don't seem to have their daughter's best interests really in mind there. Because my mom would be like, who are these guys? What are they doing? You're just in high school. I don't need you alone with all these boys and stuff like that. I looked to the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It had only been a couple of days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I already know. I don't need you to tell me. No, I'm just like... I looked to my dad. He was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my guard, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? On his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
But of course. What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
You know, this is annoying really quick. Let me just take a little break here. Why didn't he tell me this before? Why did he decide to have this party the day I moved in, or the day after I moved in, or whatever, and not give me any heads up, any notice, anything at all? Like, that is so crappy. Like, why would you do that to your daughter? Why would you be like, you're having a party tonight, and everybody who you ever will, need to impress is going to be there? Like, why would you do that without, like, giving a heads up first? Okay, whatever. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I mean, like, I'm not even finished with high school yet. Can y'all worry about the CEO of the company after I'm done with the high school? I mean, dang. I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, but they were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Suzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. As if time zoomed forward all of a sudden, the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say. Even better than that, if you're like an introverted person like me, I found the best way to deal with being in a big group of people or something is to find someone to talk to and just ask them questions. Let them tell you about themselves. That way you don't have to come up with stuff to talk about. You can just let them talk and talk and talk. Ask them questions to continue talking and talking and talking. And then maybe at some point in the conversation they'll say something that you can, say something about yourself that will sound interesting or whatever.
How do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
Doing my best. Could be better, to be honest. It's difficult being independent. I wish I was still living with my parents. It's been okay, I guess. It's been pretty good, actually. Will I, feel fine? I'm doing my best, I think, is kind of nice.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Excuse me, I need to go. Sorry, but I don't want to talk about that. Will I? Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have college plans?
It's kind of up in the air. We'll see. Do I? There's a possibility. Yes, I do. Still live in the present, so it's not much of a concern for me. Post college, I don't need that. Yes, I do. I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me, they were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
I really don't care. It will get back on track soon. It's hard to say. It's not an executive or anything. Don't ask me. I have no freaking clue. That depends on who runs it, I guess. I think that's a good idea.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
It's okay. It's probably reflects my own values, so I personally think it's great. I don't really pay attention to it. If up to me, I would be more concerned with making profits. I'm thirsty.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
I'm gonna leave now. No. The toy company. Why? It's a possibility. I don't think that makes any sense. Maybe it's a possibility. Everything's a possibility. You don't have to commit to anything. Just saying it's a possibility puts out in the air that anything could happen. Who knows? You'll probably be doing toys forever, but they don't need to know that. Eventually, the questions stopped, and I was back to being by myself. Naomi and Suzu were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs, so I was all alone in a room full of strangers. It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Oh. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple of years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
Place your hand in his. Simply nod to him. Let's do that. I don't know this guy. I'm not gonna be all trusting like that, you know? Andrew was slightly taken aback, but gently smiled and lowered his hand with a nod in return. You gotta win my affections, unless you're the demon guys, which is different, but I don't know you, so so we'll just be a little curt until we know you. The mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? What do you think, baby girl? She's trying to get you married off to this guy for political purposes.
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
Thank you. I mean, why be rude?
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling at me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
Why? Huh? Why?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you talked about me. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their rather personal questions. I looked at Andrew, who had a kind face to me. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be doing all that. I don't know you like that yet. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it was good or bad, I was not able to find out. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense.
So, you're Jared's son.
Jared, that's my boyfriend's name. Andrew's body twitched slightly. Whether it was fear or insult, Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
Oh, if he marries me, he would probably get to be CEO. I see that.
Well,
I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
Of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
If you'll excuse me.
Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family into the crowd of people. Stay put or follow him. Why would I follow him? I'm not interested in him. I watched as he disappeared into the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him his space. He obviously needed it.
Peh. He's not CEO material.
Okay, no one was really asking you. Just calm down.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word and he'd lecture me in front of everyone. That was not something that I wanted at my housewarming party. I let out a sigh before looking at the clock. It was getting close to midnight, meaning that the party was going to end soon. I lowered my gaze out the window and saw a limo pull up. Huh? Whose limo is that?
Oh, that must be Lewis's car.
I'll go get him. Stay with your father so you can escort your guests out together.
Who's Lewis? Yes, Mom. My mother left my dad and me to slowly escort the guests out. My dad held his simple smile as he thanked each person for coming. I did the same. Andrew quickly passed the doors before I could speak. Eventually, only Suzu, Naomi, my parents, and the incubi were left. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
I know I did well. Oh, thank you, Dad.
Keep it up, and you'll be a good CEO.
I will. Just don't commit to anything and choose things to say that sound professional. Oh, right.
All right. Your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi and
Dad
Susan need to
approves
leave as
what?
well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
Oh my gosh, shut up. Go away. Oh, right.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Right. See ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
Will do. All four of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. With the last of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase exhausted. That was tiring.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Okay, I had to do emotional work. Shut up, Sam.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
Thank you, Matthew. Okay, you understand.
She handled herself the best she could.
Okay, Damien. Uh-huh.
As expected, Princess.
Yes?
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
James, you boo. You the boo.
Hush, Sam.
Are you guys sure?
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Ho ho ho! It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
Oh gosh, there's that guy. I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Who is this guy? Like, can we see his face? All of us shot our heads towards the doors, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. What? That's weird. It's not who I thought it was at all. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold, piercing into mine, roughened up clothes, and a pistol in his hand. I saw a monster. Why does he need a pistol? It looks like he's some sort of demon thing. Does he need a pistol? I mean, what's the purpose of that? I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the redskin man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes.
Oh, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. Oh my gosh. We all gasped in shock, instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face, but...
What the fuck?
What?
What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in their aggravation. Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
This place is protected.
Oh.
What did you say, Shrimp?
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
Who did that?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Ah!
The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple of times before sliding further away, hitting the wall in a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame that disappeared into the air.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
Oh, Grandpa? Wow. Malix, that was his name. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
Malix's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball. Okay, I guess it makes sense now if the pistol he has is a magic pistol or something rather than a human pistol, because I was like, why would you need that against demons? But okay, I get it.
What's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
And shooting you then, I will avenge my father. I'm sorry, it sounds funny. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. With no power, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. Get out of my house, F off, leave them alone. Get out of my house. Malix growled at me, walking right up to me and leaning close to my face. I glared back, feeling my courage skyrocket. Okay, girl, it's like she has some liquid courage or something. What'd you drink? I'm just like.
Since when does a little stain like you give orders to a guy who can rip your pretty little head from your body?
First of all, I'm not a stain. I'm a beautiful princess, okay? Get it right. Don't get it twisted. You really don't think, do you? If you kill me, you'd be hunted down by more than just the police.
You little...
Duck. What? I can't run. Duck, maybe? Oh shoot! I didn't get to push the button. That's not fair. That's not fair. I was gonna duck. I was too slow, I guess. Not fair. All of a sudden, I felt a hand grip my hair and pull it back, forcing me to cry out and stare up at Malix. His eyes bored into mine as he cackled in my face.
Hey! Let her go! Sam! Eric!
Within mere seconds, Sam had punched Malix square in the jaw, forcing him to let my hair go. As I fumbled back, Eric caught me in his arms, gently pulling me away from Malix and back in their group.
Come on, Sam. You and me. Right here. Let's go!
Come on, asswipe!
However, before we both could fight, the woman stepped forward and placed a firm grip on Malix's shoulder.
That's enough, Malix.
What? Who do you think you're speaking to, woman?
The girl who's going to help you kill them. Just not now.
Not now?
I stared as the girl spoke down at Malix. She looked the same, just like pure evil. However, she seemed to be concerned for Malix, or for me.
There's 5 of them, and 2 of us. Even if we come back with the gang, they can have the place surrounded by human police.
We shoot everyone!
Think! If we shoot everyone, we'll be hunted. And it'll be a matter of time before makeshift paladins come and try to exorcise us.
The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that fire would glow from under their teeth. Alex grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Okay, that was enough of that. Then Malix turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. Doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the voice to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa, whoa! Are you alright?
Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
Should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malix, was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
A devil? There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Aww.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
Ah. I couldn't believe my ears. It was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
But what about going outside? Won't he...
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with this situation? They are only staying until after they defeat Malix. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. The question was then, would I want them to leave? If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I'd have to. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough, let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever. You're so important to me.
I swear I'll give my life to you.
Please, let me love you.
I'll be by your side, always.
I can't imagine living without you.
I want to be with you.
I love you.
I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? Alright, I'm gonna end this one here for now, and we'll come back and finish the rest of the story later. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.